Hi, welcome to Craft with Little Things. I'm Andrea, and today I'm just going to do one of my work it through with you projects. Now, what I'm making is a tea themed project, and it's for a challenge within Anne Melvin's Stampin Up team. You might know Anne, I'm sure you do, from Positively Papercraft. She's got a fantastic channel and blog. She's really creative. So within the team, because it's National Tea Day on the 21st/22nd of April, I thought it would be nice for us to have a little team challenge, which was tea based. I'm using an old set here. This is Tea Shop with an E on the end. This is a retired Stampin Up set. I've not actually thought of what I'm going to do yet, other than I grabbed myself an English tea shop, a little one of the boxes out of one of the multi packs of, you know, the gift packs, and this is Cranberry and Vanilla Delight, and I just like these sort of blue and pink and vanilla, very vanilla in it. Try and get, I'm not quite sure, I think well, it's not that close to match, but it looks different on camera. It looks closer in real life. And so I'm sort of using Soft Sky, especially because it's retiring, may as well use it up. Very vanilla. I've got some vellum out, not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet. And I've got some, I've tried to pick out this pink. I wasn't sure if this was sort of more of a berry burst, but I've got lots of sweet sugar plum colour cardstock, so I thought because that's retiring I might use some of that as well. First things first, what size envelopes do we need for tea bags? Let's have a look. The tea bags are 3 by 2 3/4. So I'm just going to use this stamp from the Woodwards because it's so pretty, and I did use it the other day and it came out really well on a quick sort of micro project. So all I'm going to do is get the entire sheet, and I'm just going to ink up my stamp, and I'm just going to randomly stamp this around. I do want everything to be covered, so I will go into gaps. Just fill in the gaps, and there we go, another beautiful sheet. I'm going to make it a box that's compartmentalised, so the box will be 7 by 4, 5, 6, so about 7 by 4 and then 1.5, so that'll be 4, 5, 6, 7, so I need 7 by 7, 7 by 10 I need, and then the insert will need to be 7, and then it'll need to come up and down 7, 8, 9, so the insert will be 9 by 4. So 10 by 7. So that's 10 by 7, and then the internal piece needs to be 9 by 4. And what I'm going to do with that piece, the 9 by 4 piece, is I'm going to stamp that just a smidgen less than 9, just like 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch. What I need to do with this insert is find the exact centre point. So that's 4.5, and then I'm just going to slide it across to 9, and then the centre point is 4.5, and then we'll go into 3.5 and 5.5 to get the insert for the middle. And then for the box itself, on the long side, we'll go in at 1.5 and 8.5, which gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. And then we'll go in at 1.5 by 5.5. Okay. So that's just for those bits. Revisit that in a minute. So for the insert then, I'm going to stamp the insert. That's what I've got in terms of cardstock. And then I'm going to use my one of my tea stamps. I'm going to use this little flower here off the tea cups. I'm just going to that's weird, isn't it? I'm going to stamp that in Soft Sky. I'm just going to stamp that around. So now I'm just going to get my bone folder, and we want the middle to be a mountain and the two sides to be valleys. But I'm just going to let that dry first of all. I'm just going to burnish these score lines because this hasn't got any stamping on it. And it's not going to have. I'm going to leave this really simple. So I think it looks nice like that. Okay, so then take scissors and just cut up the bottom right of each of your corners. And you only have to notch in if you're not very precise with your measurements like me. So, decide whether you're going to use tape or glue. I'm going to use glue. So that should fit into there nicely. See that? It's pretty. We'll glue that in. Hopefully, let's just check before I do anything drastic. Oh, look at that, fits perfect. And they'll be slightly bigger once they've got the vellum wraps on. I'm using these English tea shop teas, but because I'm putting them in the vellum wraps, you could just use Tetley tea bags. You could use any old tea bags. I use Clipper quite a lot, the organic green teas. You could just put those into these cute little envelopes that I'm going to make. So it doesn't need to be expensive. I think you get 40 Clipper for £1. So if you were doing these for little gifts, or if you were making them for a craft fair or something, or a charity thing, then, you know, 40 tea bags for £1 and wrap them up like this. I know obviously the materials cost you money, but just put some glue on the back. But imagine how lovely that'd be as a little giveaway. I think what I might do with this one actually is give it away. I think I'll give it to somebody somewhere. Right, so as far as that's concerned, those biscuits can go in now. So it's 5 by 5, okay. So now we want to mark it 2 3/8. That's better. 2 3/8. Right, what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to make them fold. I'm going to have my opening at the top end because they're not exactly square. So I'm going to have my opening there. And I'm going to use tape instead of... Am I recording? I'm going to use tape instead of glue because I don't want it to all shoot out. Little about tea bags and the box. Now what I need to do is cover the box. Now I'm thinking some of these, look how cute that looks. So I'm going to take some of these strips, take everything out. I'm going to take some of these strips that are the same size and just pop them So our cover needs to be 4 at the bottom, 4 at the top, that's 8, and then 11 because it's got 3 on each, 1.5 on each side, and then with a little sort of 1/16 of an inch, so sort of 11 and a 1/16 of an inch. Now, are we going to make it vanilla with some blue on? I think so. So we're going to make it vanilla. I'm going to stamp it. So we need it to be 11 by 7, wasn't it? You want it to be just over 7, just so it overlaps. So 7 and 1/8 by 11. And then you want to just give it a couple, you know, again 11 and 1/8, just to give it the space to go around. Score it at 11 1/8, and you need that extra bit just to clip it together on the other end, just to stick it together on the other end. So if you take your scoreboard and we'll score it properly, sorry. So it doesn't need scoring at all on the short side, but on the long side it needs scoring at 1.5. If you just move it slightly away, very slightly away, 1.5, 5.5, 7 and 11, which is what it's scored at. Okay, and then that will wrap around. I'm not going to burnish the score lines until after I've stamped. So I'm going to stamp this one. Shall I stamp it the same as the inside or the outside? And I'm going to stamp that in the same thing that we stamped the foil, the vellum. So I'm going to get that back. Right, so that's that. And then what I'm going to do, and then this piece is going to go on the top like so. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of the sweet sugar plum just slightly bigger than this, and then I'm going to cut the very vanilla just slightly smaller again, so we've got a nice sort of stack going on. Okay, so but what I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to stamp on here, because I'm not going to be changing that. I'm not going to be and then I'm just going to get another piece of sweet sugar plum. I'm just going to make the 7 by, this is 5 by 3, so I'm just going to make it literally 3.5 by 3.5 by 5.5. 3.5 by 5.5. And then I'm going to pop that on there. I'm going to stack it like this. And then obviously this is going to go on there. So this, so for the sentiment piece, we're at, did we say 5 by 3, didn't we? 5 by 3. So I'm going to go down to 2.5 by 4.5. To stack that on there. Okay, so I'm just going to take it out of the box. You can punch little finger holes into the ends here if you want with circle punch. I'm just going to push that down so that I can work with it a bit better. And then I'm just going to add this layer. Right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make the sentiment piece now. And my sentiment piece is going to be the tea for two. It's going to be this, but I'm going to stamp 3 teacups across the top as well. That's so gorgeous, that. I love it. What I'm just going to do to finish it off is get some pearls. And I'm just going to pop some little pearls on in the corners. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little loop of vellum. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a little strip of vellum like that, and then I'm just going to fold it in the middle, and then, you know, like I did for the insert of the box, and then just fold it back on itself, burnish it, and then just glue it like with tape, squeeze the middle 2 sections together, and then just pop on there, so it's over what's already there. Then, but you can just, maybe if it's glued on with Tombow, I'm going to glue it on with Tombow and let it have some time to settle, and then it'll stick better. So there we have it there. Let me just zoom in a bit for you so you can see it better. There we have it, a cute little tea gift. It's gorgeous, the box is absolutely beautiful. And then there's the tea bags and the biscuits inside. How cute is that? With a lovely little liner that's stamped with flowers. Really, really pretty, that is, you know. So that's my tea themed project.